guys, what's up? So I thought I would come back and do another video for you guys. I actually received a comment on one of my other videos, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So major shout out, big thank you to the one who actually did comment on that video. That helps me, like I said, help you guys more. If you watch one of them and you have a question about that, or even something, you know, that's not necessarily related to what was mentioned in the video, but, you know, anything related to bipolar or anxiety or depression or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment below so I can make more videos like this. So first and foremost, I guess the best way to sort of start this out, I had my first anxiety attack years ago. I think it was probably like 15 years ago when I had my first panic attack. And at the time I didn't know exactly what it was, but the question that came in, I will not state the actual like username, but the question that came in was related to a topic that I had brought up in one of my other videos. I'll try to post it if I can on here, at least a screenshot of the actual video, but that was the video that the comment was on. And in that video, I explained how I finally got I have a psychiatrist and I have a psychotherapist. And when I went to see the psychotherapist, I kind of explained to him about, you know, all of my symptoms, you know, everything I was going through, what I was experiencing, and I'm like, what's causing all this? What is this? And I'm sorry, I make horrible eye contact with you guys. I apologize, but sorry. But when I saw the psychotherapist, like I said, I told him what was going on, and I was like, you know, what is it? Now, the question that was asked was for me to be a little bit more elaborate on what I meant by possum mode. Possum mode, basically what happens is your anxiety gets so high that your body has to, you know, conserve, and it's your body's natural way of conserving that panic, you know, trying to, just like, you know, when you get a cut, you get a scab. That's your body's natural band-aid. So this is also the same thing in a sense. You know, when you have a panic attack, that's a chemical misfire in your brain. And realistically, all it really is a sudden, extreme, intense burst of the adrenaline chemical in your brain. It's just like just boom of, you know, adrenaline. And the reason why the symptoms are so uncomfortable is because they are unnecessary, which is also something that I wanted to touch base on as well in this video, the fight or flight response. Now, the fight or flight response and the possum mode together, they're awful, without a doubt. Once you fully understand, you know, that your body has to mentally create a band-aid. It has to, you know, naturally solve the problem on its own. So that's why your body goes into possum mode. And if you've ever seen a possum, they freeze up and they play dead. Well, that's what your brain and your body kind of do, in a sense, in my opinion. Not a doctor, but in my opinion, it's like your body's own natural defense against everything just elevating, you know, way too high. I mean, without a doubt, straight up, I mean, panic attacks are really scary and anxiety attacks are really scary. And the fight or flight response is also very natural. You know, if you were to, let's see, if you were to be faced with a lion, and I do see this coming up in a lot of research, a lot of different videos I've watched. If you were to be faced with a lion, and I mean, this thing is just standing in front of you, it's gnarling, it's growling, you're gonna, all of a sudden have this overwhelming fear that's coming over you. And you have to decide, okay, do I want to fight against this? Or do I need to run and get the hell away? That's the fight or flight response. Do I stay and fight, or do I run from this lion? It's because it could maul me to death. So that's what happens. And when the fight or flight response goes into overdrive, that's what causes the anxiety, because now you feel like you can't do either one. Like, I can't fight this thing and I can't run. I'm frozen. I'm stuck. Possum mode. So now what I mean by possum mode, and I'll go ahead and explain this as far as like symptoms go. For me, it starts out in my fingertips, and then it's kind of like a tingling, numbing sensation, kind of similar to like when your foot falls asleep. It's similar to that, but not as painful. It's not necessarily painful. It's just like, oh, what is that? Then it moves up your fingers, and then it goes into your hands. It slowly works its way up your arms, up into your shoulders, and then into your face. And my face and my lips and everything actually went completely numb, and I couldn't even talk. Like, my lips would not move or shape or act the way they should have when I was trying to speak. It was very scary. So that's what happens to me. And I believe that's what this person was trying to get me to elaborate on, was, a description about the actual possum mode type of feeling. In conclusion, guys, panic attacks and anxiety, all that stuff is very real. If you know somebody who is suffering from anxiety or depression or bipolar disorder, whether it be bipolar disorder with hypomania, it could be bipolar disorder type 1 or 2, it could be, PTSD, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that they're suffering from, please let others know about this channel. And, if you guys leave a comment, I will be more than happy to do for you the same thing I did for this person. I'll make a video based on your comment to, just like I said, kind of better explain things. So yes, possum mode, awful. And like I said, it's called possum mode simply because your body goes into like a very sudden dormant state where, you're tingly, you're numb all over. It starts out in your fingertips, and then before you know it, it's all over your body. You're going numb in places. I thought it was a stroke, but it wasn't. I was like checking for droopiness and everything. Like, I was freaking out the first time it ever happened to me. But luckily I've only had to get that severe one time. However, every now and then when I have a panic attack or my anxiety's getting kind of high, I still get kind of like, my hands and fingertips get kind of, tingly and numb. It doesn't really go up my arms, like into my face and everything. But the only thing I can suggest for that is when that's happening, just breathe. Okay, just sit back. You just want to breathe. And as long as you keep comforting yourself and reminding yourself repeatedly, it's so important. Remind yourself that what you are feeling is not dangerous. Okay, it is not dangerous. What you're feeling is perfectly normal. It's uncomfortable and it can be really, really scary as hell, but it's not dangerous. The only reason, like I said, that it feels, uncomfortable or scary is because, some people just get anxiety or a panic attack that's just random, like out of nowhere, and they're like, oh no, what do I do now? Especially if you're out in public somewhere. Remove yourself from the situation. That's what I do. I just remove myself from the situation, or I have a rubber band when I go out places that I wear on my arm. And if I feel like I can't, like if I feel like I, have a panic attack coming on or an anxiety attack, I snap the rubber band. I just keep letting it snap on my skin. And your brain cannot focus on two things at once. It's impossible. It cannot focus on two things at once. So with that being said, you have to find something that flips the switch. if you can find something that truly flips the switch and makes it, to where instead of you constantly focusing and panicking about the sensations and the symptoms you're feeling, because that's only going to make it worse. That's what makes anxiety and panic a nasty, vicious cycle. Truthfully, that's basically what that is. It's a vicious, horrible, mean cycle. And the more you worry about the symptoms and the sensations you're feeling, the worse the anxiety is going to get, resulting in a panic attack where all of those symptoms are heightened to the max and you are in a full-blown panic attack. So some people, distraction works. Some people embrace those symptoms, which I've actually been trying that as well. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to find like multiple ways to relieve a panic attack? I know I'm okay with it. So yeah, in conclusion, that's it, guys. And like I said, thank you to the person who commented on my channel, on the video, and giving me a reason to make this one. And I really hope I helped you. Please, guys, give this a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, you can give it a thumbs down. Whatever comments you want to leave. Just know, anybody that leaves mean comments, I'm going to be making a video on reading mean comments. So you'll be there and you'll be like the star of the show. So until next time. Oh yeah, don't forget, please subscribe to my channel. I keep forgetting to do that, and I need you guys to subscribe, okay? For real.